You ever notice when some parents have great communication, but then you also notice that there are parents that don't have great communication? Their communication pretty much sucks. Yeah, sucks. But before we go ahead and get into that, make sure you go ahead and hit that notification bell. You like, subscribe, and you go ahead and share our information. Make sure you hit the notification so you can go ahead and be informed of all of, and I do mean all of, the new videos that we have coming up. But also check out some of our latest videos as well. Now let's go ahead and get into it. So I have a post from Reddit here, and it's called Co-Parenting Communication. Because what else is better than having parents that cannot communicate? Okay? Now, this is how it goes. It says, my son's mother is a very high conflict co-parent. She regularly sends me accusatory, defamatory, abusive, threatening, demanding, and bullying communications through our family wizard. I have tried to tell her ad nauseum that communicating with me in this way is not okay. However, I am not sure at this point what to do to resolve communication issues. She is very combative, high conflict co-parent. She is also a feminist. So I have to deal with that one too. How exactly do I set the rules of engagement regarding communications in a way that she will follow them? All right, I'm gonna help you out. And I have a lot to say about this. First, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna break this post down because I have a few questions. Not a lot of questions. Well, I have a lot of questions. You know, I have some concerns. So we're gonna start from the top and then we're gonna work our way down. So you're saying that your son's mother is a very high conflict person. So now my first question is has she always been high conflict? And has you ever seen her high conflict anybody else? And it doesn't matter at this point in time. You know, I'm not trying to blame you or saying you should have noticed this before you got her pregnant. That's not even what the part of the conversation. I just want to know how high strung she has been. If she's always been high strung, I'm pretty sure you used to this already. This ain't nothing new to you, okay? But she's very high conflict. Now, my first question is how old is your son? Because in order for her to be high conflict, well, there is nothing that will stop her from being high conflict. Okay, it's always going to be an issue that she's high conflict. Okay. Now, you saying that she sends you all these accusatory and all this stuff like that and bullying communications through your family wizard. My question is, first of all, what is this family wizard that y'all using for communication? Like, now I've heard that there are apps that are sponsored or that they have through your state that you live in. They have these applications that you can communicate with the other party through that, but this is a family wizard. So I'm kind of curious on what this is. I should look this up and find out what is this family wizard. I'm curious. So the first thing I would say is for one, you don't have to take the bullying because obviously, you know, this lady has some kind of trauma or she got something going on. And before anybody come in here and try to get on my head, like, women don't always have to have trauma to be, you know, bullied and all that, be a bullying person and all that. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Obviously, this woman got some issues. And this guy, you know, he may be a pushover. That could be evident because, to be quite honest, I don't know why you ain't cussed her out in the first place. Now, I'm not the one to tell you whether you should or should have cussed this lady out. I'm not the one to tell you that because I ain't cussed my son's mother out at all. And I want to commend you on calling her your son's mother. That's very important. You know, you showing some respect. And, you know, you could have called her other terms, you know, outside of that. But, you know, I like the respect. So my first question is I wonder is, and I had to say this earlier, is like how old the child is, because if she's doing all, if she's doing all, I wonder if she's doing this in person. And if she's not doing it in person, she's only doing it over the family wizard. I mean, that can be ignored. Okay, if you want to ignore it, but obviously you can't ignore it because you're trying to maintain a at least some type of relationship with her, so you be able to kind of spend time with your kid or whatever. You kind of got to go through her to spend time with your son. So that's why I was kind of curious about how old the child was. So, and if you saying that she's doing this regularly, what's it, like 7 days a week? Is it like 24/7? Like, is this on like does she not have a job? Does she wake up in the morning and send you this stuff and tell you how much of, you know, you ain't shit and stuff like that, and then when she get off of work, she continues it up? Like, I want to know, like, what's regularly? Like, going to work regularly is like going to work 5 days a week. Y'all regularly go to work. That's 5 days out of the week. But you're saying she do this regularly, so how often is this happening? Matter of fact, who got custody of the child at this point? Like, does she have custody of the child, or do you have custody of the child? Like, now I'm really trying to get into like the crevice of this kind of conversation, because if she has custody of the child and she's doing all of this, it would make sense. If she has custody of the child and she's doing all this, that makes sense. But if you had custody of the child and she was doing all this, I guess that would still make sense, because she probably could be mad at you for taking custody of the child, because it doesn't seem like, it doesn't really say which side has the child or not. So that's a little confusing right there on who has the child, because I mean, this behavior would make sense if she has a child, but then it would even make more sense if he had the custody of the child and she was mad about it, and that's why she does that. And you got on the family wizard, so obviously, that's monitoring the conversation. So you can't really take this to court or whatever, because I mean, it doesn't really hold weight because it's not affecting the child in any kind of way. So the other thing I can tell you is that you probably want to stand up for yourself. So if she want to get with you, you may want to get back with her. That I really don't want to tell somebody to engage in this type of behavior, but this can become real daunting. There's a mental health factor that's in here, because you have somebody that's constantly coming after you over and over and over again. There's a mental health factor that's in here. There's an emotional factor that's in here. And this kind of weigh heavy on this man, especially if it prevents him from seeing his son. So you have to be able to step up and say, hey, I'm not gonna take this from you no more. So the first thing I want to tell you is you gotta cut the head off. You gotta cut the snake's head off. That's the first thing. Okay, we're no longer going to take this, and if the conversation continues this way, I will not engage with you in any kind of conversation. Let them talk to the wall. Okay, can I see my son? If she has custody, can I see my son? If she denies you from seeing your son, then you take it to court, and you let the judge go ahead and determine whether or not if it's influential in your case. That's what I was trying to say. Influential. If it's influential in your case. But you don't have to sit there and take that at all. I'm glad you posted this, but you ain't got to take that. For what? From who? From this person? Why? Because what? They ashamed of their life? Not saying that they are. Because they got issues, or they mad, or they frustrated. Come on, you don't have to take that. I would never. Nobody has to go through any levels of abuse in any shape, way, or form. And the fact that this parent, is even attacking the other parent in such a fashion, it really talks about the mentality of this woman, this young lady, or whatever you want to call her. It really speaks to the mentality. Whether this person is mad because they broke up or whatever the case is, you can't hunt this man forever about that. Maybe he decided to move on with his life, so now all of a sudden you want to turn your face up and get all mad and then want to be abusive and everything. So if somebody turned around and did that to you, or somebody turned around and did that to your son, what you gonna do about it? You gonna knuckle up? Like, I'm just trying to get an understanding on what this behavior is that this person in this post has. What do you have against this man? What, did he cheat on you? Okay, if he cheated on you, he cheated on you. Your feelings is hurt. Your heart is broken. You're mentally distraught. I get it. I understand. But if you're going to continue to attack this man this way, at some point in time, you got to move on with your life. You're going to have to see this person for 18 years or more. You going to keep on with this same energy? This same negative energy, you going to keep on with it. You think you're going to find a man with this type of personality? What, you going to be sweet towards him and mad towards him? Sure. If that was me, my first mindset would be, well, dang, I wonder if she going to do me like that. If I make her mad or piss her off. I don't take the trash out one day and what I'm going to be, a punk at that time? Like, oh, you stupid punk. You dumb mother. Like, come on, man. Like, that's crazy. Nobody deserves that type of level of abuse. I just want to really understand what is regularly. Like, regularly is, that seems like she's consistently talking about it. Consistently. There's no hold up. There's no stop. There's no nothing. Just nothing. Just gonna keep going with it. It is what it is. Just gonna keep going. I'm sorry, like, this is crazy. Like, I can't even get past this sentence because it's horrific. There's no way in the world you're gonna sit here and keep, like, I understand, because I was that. You ain't nothing but a weekend dad. You ain't nothing but a part-time father. You ain't shit. I was called all of that. But as soon as I took custody of my son, you know what I was? You're such a great father. Our child. Because it was my child at first. Then it's our child. Listen, you don't have to take this. I'm giving you full on permission to stand up for yourself. I don't know I don't know how or where you're gonna hear this. You need to stand up for yourself. Okay? You need to go ahead and set the boundary. And when you set the boundary, you set the standard. And you're gonna have to maintain that boundary at any given time. Okay? The first thing I'm gonna tell you is maintain your composure at any given time. Now, you can cut somebody out by maintaining your composure. You can use the right words. You can use the right tone. You can display the right mannerism. And that's going to drive them up a wall, because they're going to know that they are no longer getting to you, and they're going to have to try something completely different. And they may put hands on you. And if they do, you let them strike first. And when she strikes, you got you a case. Domestic violence. And that's going to help you get custody, because now she's going to be seen as an agitator, an aggressor, all of that stuff. And once she started to seem like that, I take that straight to the court. She has a domestic violence case for attacking me. I didn't do nothing to this woman. I want to put a restraining out on her, a restraining order out on her. You get that restraining order? Oh, you can't come within 50 yards of me. Then you display that to the child support court or whatever it's called at that point in time. Well, then what happens is you go ahead and you get temporary custody. Then she gonna have to go ahead and fight for the kid. And I bet you, I put money on it, her whole tune changes until she get custody back. And that's if she get custody back. And all you gotta do, maintain your composure. If she's saying all that stuff in the text message, my question is she saying it in person? Say it in person. Get it on tape. Let her be the aggressor, and you sit there and you just maintain your composure, okay? Just, hey, look, I just came over here to pick up my son. Why well, you ain't this and you ain't that. You know what? You may be right. I may not be this, but I ain't that. But regardless of the case, that's your opinion. All I want to do is pick my son up and go. That's all I want to do. Well, you can't see your son. If you tell me I can't see my son, I'm going to file a motion. We're going to have to talk about it in court. Look, there's nothing left to talk about. Nothing left to talk about. What else are we about to talk about at this point? Nothing. I've already said what I'm going to say. I'm maintaining my composure. You want me to react. I'm not going to react. So any deniability that you give me from seeing my child, I'm going to take it to court and let the judge figure it out. And I'm going to have somebody sitting there videotaping the whole interaction. Look, Your Honor, I came. I wanted to pick my son up. She denied me from picking my son up, thus violating the order that is there. You're violating the order. So you violate the order that the court system put in place, which gives me the right to come and pick my child up between this time and this time. You're denying me because you're being emotional. So since you're being emotional, we can take it back to court and let the judge decide. Boom. Now we got a case. Now, like what they say, now we got a game. So now we here. Your Honor, she won't let me see my child. He gonna talk to. Did you let him go pick his child up? You can, if you lie about it, perjury. Unfortunately, it's perjury either way it go if you lie about it. Okay, because you're under oath. So you can't lie and say, well, no. What you mean? What you mean? No, you can't say no. Like, you denied me. For real. So because you denied me, come on now. Like, don't do that. Please don't do that. That's horrible. Don't do that. So yeah. So look. So if you take it that approach, man, look, slam dunk. But it's gonna take some patience though. But I am curious. I still haven't got past the second line yet. So I'm still curious on whether she does this in person. Okay. Now, you try to talk to her and tell her that, talk to you is not okay or whatever. It's not like you did it in a calm manner. You're probably gonna have to be a little bit more assertive and be like, look, you can't keep talking to me this way, and I'm not gonna keep accepting this from you. And then, she may get a little aggressive. If she aggressive, I feel like she gonna hit you. From this post, I feel like she gonna hit. If she hit you, you got you a case, man. I'm telling. I know you probably don't want to send her to jail, man. Listen, I would file that case for you as a witness, just so you could get custody. I would file that case for you. I'll be right there, like, yeah, I seen her hit my man's. It was unprovoked. I got your back, man. Look. Women like this that's doing, I don't even know why she's doing all of this. I can't even justify her. I can't even understand why she's doing all that. I'm not gonna talk bad about her or nothing, but I just think it's crazy that you're doing all of this. And I wish you would have put more information into this post, so I can just kind of get more of an idea of what was going on. So then it goes on to say, however, I am not sure at this point what to do to resolve this community issue. I just told you. I already told you what to do. Look, piss her off, let her hit you, and then let the court take it from there. That's my point of view. Take custody from the woman. That's my point of view. Take custody from a woman, build your support system, and man, get it and go ahead and get it going. That's my best advice I can give to you. All right, so she is very combative, high conflict. Oh, look, it really sounds like she gonna hit you. I really think you should just take my approach and talk to her in person and see if she hits you. Just see even if she slap you or whatever. Man, even if it's simple, even if it's not domestic violence and it's like simple assault. I don't know what simple assault is everywhere, but I know here it's a misdemeanor. Man, I'll be at the police station with ice on my arm talking about she hit me hard, like unprovoked. And I'll be filing a restraining order. Man, stop playing with me. Like, oh, you want to be a bully? Man, I'll show you what a bully can do. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Look, take my advice. Some people can give you some advice in the comments, but take my advice. Like, I'm telling you some real stuff, bro. All right, so she's also a feminist. Well, I mean, ain't really what you can do there, man. Like, that's really whatever. I think I would just kind of fall back on her hitting me part. That's what I'm gonna fall back on. Like, hit me. I want you to hit me. I whisper it to her like, you think you so bad? Hit me. Cause I ain't taking that mess from you no more. Like I'll be whispering in her ear like, yeah, I want you to hit me and hit me hard too. You think you so tough? Put your hands on me and see what happened. Well, I'll be running down to the police station. I'll be running to the police station like, yeah, she put her hands on me, dog. Like, made me that warrant real quick. That's what I would do. Okay, so then it says, how exactly do I set the rules of engagement regarding communications in a way that she will follow them? Honestly, she's not gonna follow them, bro. I mean, no matter what you do or what you put in place, she's not gonna follow him. She's gonna do what she wanna do because she's looking to get a rise out of you. I don't know what you did to her. Maybe it's because you left her. Maybe because you cheated on her. Maybe it was a one night stand. Whatever the case was, her feelings is like extremely hurt. And whatever the reason for her feelings being hurt, she's taking that out on you. I don't know how old the kid is. I don't know anything. You didn't provide a lot of that information. So the best advice I can give you is get her to hit you. Get her to hit you. You get her to hit you, I'm telling you, look, it's gonna be a wreck. You gonna have custody. You gonna have major custody. And I still want to know what this family wizard is. Somebody gonna have to tell me what this family wizard is, because I don't know what this family wizard is. I really want to know. Like, I don't use family wizard. Actually, I use Google Voice because to communicate with my son's mother, because let me tell you, if I don't want to talk, I'll just turn it off. It's that simple. I just turn it off. Like, I don't have to be notified. I don't have to get a phone call. It's easy as just flipping the switch. Turn off. I don't know why y'all share y'all real numbers with y'all kids' parents anyway. With the other party. I don't share real numbers. You don't need my real number. Especially because I got custody. Oh, I know. You definitely don't need my real number. Actually, you don't even need my address. I don't even know we even share that information. But back to this post. I'm getting off topic. But back to this post. But yeah, I don't know what you'll be able to do to kind of get yourself out of this. So I think you should let her hit you. I know that's probably not the best. I'm pretty sure that's not the advice she was looking for. But I think you should let her hit you. That's what I think. Yeah, let her hit you. Hey, so this is a good post. I'm glad you posted this, but hey, people, go ahead and throw some comments out there and see if y'all can give my man some advice. I'm kind of out of ideas. My best stance is you being abused. I think you should just let her go ahead and hit you. File for domestic violence or simple assault or whatever you're gonna get. Take that down to the child support court. If you don't have a case, get a case, and then basically state that she assaulted you and she is a danger to your child, and then you go ahead and get a restraining order out, and then you also supply that to the courthouse and say that you want her within 50 yards of you and that she needs supervised visits. I mean, you could have this done within like 6 months to a year. I really think that's the best alternative. But people, go ahead and comment in the bottom and y'all give them your opinion, because that's mine. So I'll catch y'all in the next recording. Peace.